I'm stocking the pantry for winter with honey and all my colonies. I'm starting with the window colonies today because there's a chance of rain. And these have had syrup from August through September and October, but they have not filled the hive with syrup. And I'm thinking this right here was honey when I gave them, or when I downsized it or put them in the window. So I know this colony doesn't have enough honey for winter. So what I'm doing is I no longer have any deep frames with honey, but I have about a dozen honey supers, mediums with frames of honey. And I'm taking these. As long as you don't put two medium frames side by side in a deep, you'll be just fine. But if you put two of these side by side and you don't take it out in the spring and time, they're going to make a bunch of weird shaped comb on those frames. So right now, I just noticed I already have a medium in there. This colony here was a small one, my late summer. So I'm going to have to rearrange it in such a way that I'm going to have to make sure there's only one medium frame, and it has to be next to a deep frame. And I do have a smoker going because I have plenty of fresh air here, and the smoker is just basically sitting outside. Because a lot of times when you're forcing these frames open, the bees don't really like that. They think you're doing something bad. Oh, look at that. This colony would starve probably right around January. And they didn't. I was expecting they'd start filling out some of these frames during the fall, September, when I was feeding them syrup, but they didn't. So it's a good thing I'm catching this. Today's November 25th, and it's supposed to get cold next week. And even though I could do this inside with the doors closed and with blankets over the window, it's much easier to do it now because if the bees get in the air, they can fly around outside and they can get back in. Look at that. That's bad. And there's another medium. So I'm going to have to, do have some frames with some honey that are deep frames. They're going to have to find the best ones to stick in here. So I spend a little bit of time in each one of these. Make sure they're right because I let one of them last winter starve. And I don't want that to happen again. I've got 24 in the window, and I've got these out here. If you pick them up like that right there, wow, that's extremely heavy. I know that one's fine, but there's one out here that's fairly light. I'm going to have to check that honey super and give them some more honey. And the same way with these out here, with the full-size hives, all you got to do is just pick it up. Even though I have these stacked here. Sometimes it's too heavy. You don't really know how much honey's in the bottom. So that's one issue I may have this winter. If you can't pick up the bottom one because you have something on top, it's already too heavy. So we'll see what happens this winter with that. Okay, thank you.